Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zu einem weiteren Part Fake Grand Order. Ich bin es Fix. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier auf Deimos Island angekommen und dort haben wir nach Verbündeten gesucht. Wir haben mitbekommen, dass hier die Truppe von Odysseus eine sehr wütende Kenntnis und sogar hier der Wärter Kirishima Wodime persönlich hier auf uns zusteuern, was nicht unbedingt ganz so nett finde. Nichtsdestotrotz ignorieren wir das erstmal und schauen uns erstmal auf der Insel um. Wir haben beim letzten Mal dort den Assassin of Paradise, auch bekannt als Tiume, getroffen. Und nun schauen wir mal, was wir hier so zusammen hier vorhaben, um hoffentlich doch noch eine Möglichkeit zu finden, ja, diese unglaublichen Gefahren abzuwehren. Denn wir sind hier in einem Tempel des Hephaistos. So, und jetzt schauen wir mal, was sie hier zu sagen hat. Alright, what's all this about? Why did you want me to come inside? Ah, my head! Ja, so stirbt. Hello, Lord Yason. Long time no see. Then again, it has been difficult for me to keep track as of late, so maybe it hasn't been such a long time. You're Magiers Goredofl. Right, this is Hephaistos' temple. Would you be so kind as to explain the situation to Chaldea? I would do it myself, but everything here is, well, Greek to me. So I'm just a guide now, is it that it? Ah, fine. I do it. Nemo, go ahead and open my line with the shadow border. Don't worry, this place is clean. Hey guys, what's up? All your vitals are green, so I'm guessing nobody's injured or anything. Well... An anti-vitae bound a field, huh? Yes. Oh yes, well. It's because we didn't know if your lot would be able to make it here at all. We couldn't let the situation get even worse thanks to some idiot who couldn't even get this far after all. You don't mind words, do you? Here, you can start by taking a look at this. Let's see. Good, everything's still working, and we've got 3 backups in place too. They definitely favor being safe over being sorry. I take it your memories were sealed away prior to reaching this temple. Not exactly, it's more like my brain was forced to download the information I needed when I got here. Basically, I know how to check the logs of all the servants who have been here, even if I've never been here myself. There we go. I go ahead and play it now. Mit Dias Fluch. Player request received from Hephaistos console. Executing Master's authorization. Please keep the Master in the designated position. Master? So I just have to stand here? That's right. Werden wir jetzt umgebracht? Scan complete. Analysis confirmed. Human of proper human history. Forming Master contract via command spell. Speak your name to confirm. Hi, ich bin Maxi. Maxi authorization complete. Initiating prior visitor support mission. Uploading holographic data. Partial data encryption. Partial data corruption. Reconstructing with substitute data. Initiating playback. There we go. We start recording now. Ein Archer. Hello Chaldea. I'm anonymous. I am anyone and no one. We wish to keep our true names a secret. I changed I changed the way I usually speak to. I'm Archer, just Archer. Indeed. If that about us were to be leaked, it would put us in even greater danger at Olympus. However, we understand that we cannot all remain anonymous and still ask for your trust. So one of us will need to reveal the true names. I guess that leaves me then. After all, if Lord Yason is with them, it won't be much of a secret that I was here too. I'm Medea, student of the goddess Hecate. Guess Kintoki! Guess I gotta read my true name too then. I'm Sakata Kintoki, ready and gone. Well, let's just keep it to the two of us, yeah? The rest of you had better say some anonymous. You think so? Sometimes with information, the timing can be just as important as the information itself. Alright, I don't know anything about that sort of thing, so if you say you're sure, I'll take your word for it. Alright, Chaldea, let's begin in earnest. We don't know how to got here, or who you may have with you. But for the purpose of this discussion, we'll assume you have a decent level of both equipment and servants. By now I expect you have discovered that this Lostbelt is probably the strongest and most habitable of all the Lostbelts you've seen so far. I also expect you have a decent idea of the situation here thanks to your interaction with the Atlanteans. But let's go over with it anyway, just to be sure we are all on the same page. It all started 14,000 years ago. What? Fascinating. I thought the Indian Lostbelt divergence point from proper human history is furthest in the past, but one is far beyond that. 14,000 years ago, in proper human history timeline, all the gods who lived in Atlantis were killed. Some believe that a white titan had something to do with their demise, but the truth is that nobody knows for sure. However, the remnants of Atlantis civilization eventually made their way to Greece, eventually becoming the mythology of the gods of Olympus as we know them. Putting aside the matter of what Olympus was like in proper human history for now, suffice to say that in this Lostbelt the gods survived. The ones who lived in Atlantis continued to flourish, eventually going on to build an Olympus on their own. But apparently it wasn't all peaceful. Once this titaness no longer possessed any threat, a rift began to form between several of the 12 Olympians. We don't know why, and frankly it doesn't matter. They were probably just arguing about who to side with. Of course, this conflict never happened in proper human history, since none of the gods existed by this point. At any rate, the Olympian gods fought amongst themselves, and the winning side went to rule Atlantis. Zeus. And as faith in the gods continued, the concept of what the gods were gradually began to change. On average, the people of Atlantis lived for about 800 years. However, they choose to continue to wait for the gods who abandoned them. Timmy. In fact, they were so fervently devoted that they have no qualms about sacrificing their lives for the gods. However, the gods who lost the battle survived. What? Hephaistos, god of the forge, is there right now. Initially encrypted connection. It sounds like someone trying to say something. Was heißt ist hier? Reden wir es gerade mit einem Gott. Activating automatic response program. If this system been activated, that must mean I was destroyed. Not Hephaistos. It is me. Magiers Goredofl. Please answer me. The data I need to answer your queries clearly has been lost. Reason. The head unit where my database was stored has been divided. Reason. A strike that severed my head unit during battle. 56.4% of data stolen by Olympus connecting Prometheus for assistance. The Demi-Servant Zeus went berserk. Instead of ending the Age of Gods, he chose to remain as its ruler. Some gods supported his decision, some gods opposed it. There were thoughts, theories, rifts. The 12 gods opposing sides became more entrenched. There was a war, a great war on Olympus that began years ago. The following 6 units were destroyed: Hephaistos, Athena, Apollo, Hades, Hestia and Ares. Also, wen haben wir denn da? Hephaistos, den Gott der Schmiede, den wir jetzt hier sehen. Athena, die Göttin der Weisheit. Apollo, den Gott der Künste. Hades natürlich der Unterwelt. Hestia, muss ich jetzt leider sagen, kenne ich nicht. Kenne ich, aber ich weiß gar nicht, für was es ist. Und natürlich Ares, den Gott des Krieges. Interessant, wer sich hier dagegen gestellt hat, weil es sind alles wichtige Götter, aber die obersten Götter gehören natürlich zu Ares und Hades. Und, oh Leute, jetzt ist natürlich die Frage, die anderen 12 Götter, also einer ist Zeus, einer ist Artemis, hätte ich jetzt einfach mal gesagt. Was haben wir noch? Poseidon, Hera, seine Frau natürlich, Aphrodite, die Göttin der Liebe und Hermes, der Götterbote. Wenn ich das jetzt so richtig mir irgendwie zusammengereimt habe. Naja, schauen wir mal. The following 6 units continue to rule over Olympus. Oh, schau dich an. Zeus, Artemis, Hera, Demeter, Poseidon and Aphrodite. Verdammt. Aber, ich würde sagen, eigentlich ganz gut, gell? Hä? Was? Hä? Artemis. Ja, nee, passt. Nee. Ach, Leute, irgendwas. Hermes gehört Hermes nicht zu den großen... Ich dachte, Hermes gehört zu den großen Göttern. Na gut, ich kenne mich nicht aus. There's meaning in my existence. Hephaistos' forge unit remains partially intact. What? What does this all mean? Sir Hephaistos, allow me to ensure I understand you. I presume you will need your help in order to fell this Lostbelt tree of emptiness. However, you were destroyed in a war that took place thousands of years ago. And the majority of your brain and forging abilities now lie in Olympus' hands. That being said, you are still capable of some manner of forgery, with the functionality remains to you. Do I have that right? That is mostly correct, with one exception. The strike that severed my brain and the death of half my unit took place within the last year. Die acts were performed by a servant siding with Olympus. Oh mein Gott, bitte sagt es nicht, dass das Canis ist. A servant? A servant managed to cut through a god of this size with a single strike. Well, don't be shy, man. Tell us, what in the world was the servant like? The answer to the question has been lost in consequence of damage to memory storage. Do you have any other questions? Kinda surprised he doesn't seem to care more about the servant who literally cut him down to size. I suppose that is simply how gods think, or rather machines, as we should perhaps say in this case. It seems they value data more than memories and functionality over data. What do we need to defeat Artemis? Or resource insufficient, indigenous life form incapable. At present there is no weaponry on Earth capable of destroying Artemis. Calculating amount of tears cleanly required to reinforce space power to sufficient level. Calculating error. So not even the nanomachine will be enough. Are you saying there is no substance in this world capable of destroying Artemis? Affirmative. I request that you search for an object, designation Divine Construct. Only a weapon that has been imbued with a conceptual high ranking divine spirit can destroy Artemis. What's a Divine Construct? Wir haben doch hier eins von unserem guten Drake bekommen. There are few servants with noble phantasm that fall under this category. To describe them loosely, they are weapons or armor that were either granted to someone by a god of myth, or that are an intrinsic part of a great legend, or that were crystallized with natural law on the heart of the planet before being further refined. According to the battle records of yours, I've pursued Mr. Maxi, the dark saber you encountered for Yuki, used a noble phantasm that was itself a divine construct. Suffice to say that the divine construct is incredibly rare, incredibly powerful things. Which leads me to conclusion that we have little hope of really finding any servants who possess such devices. There is one servant in Atlantis who matches those criteria. True name. Oculus! Oh Leute, Mann, jetzt geht die Party endlich richtig los. Er ist es hier. Nein, Leute, Mann. Der große Achilles. Der Mann, der Hektor bezwungen hat. Der größte Held der griechischen Mythologie nach Herkules und einer der größten Kämpfer hier vom, Trojanischen Krieg. Right, the year of the Trojan War. Good point. I could easily see a guy like Achilles has having destroyed Divine Constructor to him. He probably a lancer. What? Wait. What if he's a rider? Crap. Does this mean I might be out of a job soon? I can reforge the shield and armor into a noble phantasm capable of destroying a god. I see. So we're the one to forge them in the first place. Then reforging them should be well within your abilities. So that's how it is, huh? But okay, the important thing is that someone can bring Artemis down. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. Are you sure you're alright with this, Orion? Not really, if I'm being honest. I never wanted to force this responsibility on someone else. But I also understand painfully well that without a divine construct, there's only so much I can do. All that remains now is a little matter of convincing him to cooperate with us. I believe that will be where you come in, Master. We still have no idea what sort of hero he is, after all. I don't know. Legends say after you won is you against... Ja, warte, ich will es erzählen. Nachdem er ihn hier, nämlich um die Stadt, also nachdem er Hektor hier in einem langen Duell bezwungen hat und Hektor, wie gesagt, ja ewig, 10 Jahre ja Troja gehalten hat, hat er nämlich seine Leiche genommen, an seinem Wagen aufgespannt und ist damit um Troja rumgereist, um die Feinde zu verspotten. Das hat die Götter so erzürnt, dass die Götter Paris einen Pfeil gegeben haben und der dann genau auf Achilles Ferse getroffen hat und das zu Achilles Zug geführt hat. So, Mandy, ich habe nämlich auch irgendwann mal Geschichte gehabt. Lance, after you won this deal with Sector, he had body to started and dragged it around for kicks. If that's true, he could be too wild for us to rein in. And I'm not saying that cause I'm worried about him displacing me as a rider. Cause I'm not at all. So good. At any rate, it would seem Achilles is our next goal. I don't suppose you would happen to know his whereabouts as well, would you, Sir Hephaistos? I do. I have just uploaded a corresponding map of that. Take it. Oh, nice. Don't mind if you do. I see there's a bunch of other data in here as well. You don't mind if you use that too, do you? I do not. Come to think of it, we still don't have any tears cleaner from this temple since we got an error when we tried to take him earlier. I have re-registered you as valid users. There's no longer any issue. Then does it mean it's okay with you if you take the tears clean Romeo now? Affirmative. My tears clean Romeo improved durability. Oh, really nice. Then what are we waiting for? There's only enough for 2 servants left. Damn sure there won't be enough to go around for everyone then. I needed to reinforce the Nautilus, so that's one portion accounted for. So we should be choose who gets the next other. Orion? I pass. I don't think even doubling my durability would make me any more useful too. I've already quite lotified this clean room here myself. Looks like it's all yours then, Orion. I know that was the original plan, but on second thought, I pass too. Why is that? Oh mein Gott, heißt es Jausen kriegt? I guess you could say it's my hunter's intuition warning against it. Besides, I'm already good on durability. Then you should take it, Lord Mendicato, since you always fight on the front lines. Go for it, Mendicato. Oh mein Gott. Aber wenn er das schon sagt, irgendwas Schlimmes mit dem passieren. I hope you don't regret this. Oh Leute, weil er das so gesagt hat, habe ich das Gefühl, weiß ich nicht, die werden sich doch irgendwo in die Luft sprengen. Okay, I'm ready. If I might ask you something else, Sir Hephaistos. Do the other 12 Olympian all possess similar characteristics as all you? Genau, ob sie alle Maschinen sind. They are able to impart abilities similar to their authority. For example, Athena's clone may improve overall combat ability and imbue the recipient with combat-related skills. Hades' clone will provide the recipient with pseudo-immortality. Zeus' clone will improve abilities across the board. Poseidon's clone will improve combat ability at the sea. Alert, Hades, Apollo, Hestia and Ares' clone will no longer exist. Oh. Ja, schlecht. But as I recall, Kleronomia means legacy. In Greek and as far as I know, you are still very much alive, no? I named these nanomachines our legacy once it became clear that we had to become stagnant. Even after 10,000 years, we were unable to create the next generation Panikia that could replace the nanomachines. That was our limit, the point where the gods outlived our usefulness. Since we effectively died at that point, I thought the name would be fitting. I see. Can I ask you something too? Ich habe ihn kaputt gemacht. Master, I think Hephaistos is waiting for you to ask a question. Why are you going to fight to help us? Genau, das wäre jetzt eigentlich meine Frage. Ich meine, klar, er hat sich damals gegen die Götter gewarnt, aber trotzdem seltsam. Unknown. Insufficient data to respond to a query due to damage to head unit. Well, what's your best guess then? Answer based on limited remaining data. Because it is rational. Having individual life forms live independently is a more efficient use of energy than ruling over them. The current Olympian is inefficient. Things that are inefficient should disappear. That is my answer. I see. A rational response indeed. By indigenous life forms, I presume you mean humans? Correct. Hephaistos' actions were motivated by neither sentiment nor emotion. Once he had concluded that his enemies were behaving irrationally, he simply chose to side with us. Ha! That's pretty much how all the Olympian gods are built. Though they're definitely much more mechanical about it in this Lostbelt. Very well then, putting Artemis aside for the moment, that still leaves the other two obstacles in our way. namely Odysseus' army and Poseidon. Any information you could share on either would be greatly appreciated. Releasing data on Odysseus' army. This army appears to be draft people from Atlantis into joining them rapidly improves their capabilities. Data on Odysseus is not available. You really don't have anything on him? Assessing the status risky. I do not recommend it. I expect assessing data on Odysseus would open him up on being hacked. Attempting to access data on Odysseus' army's primary weapon. Echidna. Success. Diese Monstermutter. Echidna? As in the demonic beast that gave birth to Cerberus in Greek mythology? The one with the woman's head and the snake's body? Master, that looks like... Wir haben das Monster schon gesehen. Oh, es sieht aus wie Tiamat. Stimmt, wenn sie es so sagen. Tiamat. Unclear. There's evidence that proper human history data were referencing its creation. It was given Tears Kirmana to let mass produce demonic beasts. Hey, stimmt, wenn man so darüber nachdenkt. Was hatten hier sie gemacht? Monster schaffen, das war ja die Aufgabe von unserer guten Tiamat. This accounts for the significant increase in demonic beast population on this land. I just said I thought. I saw in our records that an enormous demonic beast attacked us when we first got here. Did this Echidna creature produce that one too? Insufficient data, unable to answer. It's okay if you don't know for sure. Even a guess would be fine. Tell us, Hephaistos. According to Echidna's specification, it is capable of mass-producing everything from small to enormous demonic beast. Considering it was made for the purpose of eradicating Chaldea, there is a strong possibility that it produced the enormous demonic beast that attacked you. Yikes. Well, thank you for the despair-including answer. I estimated that destroying Echidna would lead to the destruction of Odysseus' army. Huh? Is something wrong, Shime? Oh no, I'm alright. Ist das, weil es irgendwie so schlangenmäßig aussieht und das beunruhigt sie? I simply have some mixed feeling about the fact this creature is part snake. I too carry a serpent's curse with my body, you see. Oh, wow, I had no idea. But at least snakes are cute, right? Indeed, as am I, of course. Oh, it's true, you're downright adorable. I suppose that is what I get for trying to make a joke. Attempting to access data on Poseidon. Success. Damage to head unit detected. Poseidon is no longer capable of logical thought. He is now simply a defensive system that attacks anything invading his territory. Memories, records, emotion, feeling, everything gone, erased, destroyed. Evasion impossible. Conflict inevitable. Advice on best course of action? Laufen. Hit him with everything you've got. Leute, einen Kopf bezwingen, auch wenn nimmer viel von ihm da ist. Das könnte leicht werden. I recommend downloading data about his 3 weak points, his divine cores. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Guess we can worry about Poseidon's later then. Yeah, let's start with what we can do now. Agreed. After all, the only way to reach the truth of any given matter is to lay facts on top another until it presents itself. Alright, we start by looking for Achilles. See if we can convince him to join us. And I will use my forge unit to create weaponry. Does that mean we need to come back here then? Negative. My forge unit exists in a separate safer location. Sending coordinates data. You will be able to extract it once you encounter Achilles. I see, so it operates on the same conditions as my forced brain download. I have no more information I can disclose at this time. Initiating system shutdown. So he just says what he wants and say he takes his leave as he pleases, huh? I swear there's nothing more stuck up, selfish or mechanical than a god. At times like this, it's best to take a deluge of new information, one piece at a time. We certainly can't expect Mr. Maxi to juggle all on his own at once. Rather than looking ahead to the goal, we should start by examining our current position and taking one careful step forward at a time. First we look for Achilles. We can discuss what comes after that. Sounds good. Oh ja, nicht leichter ist das. Wir dürfen nur nicht vergessen, dass eine kleine Armada auf uns zustellt. Hi, welcome back. Looks like you got what you came for. Yes, we did. Indeed, just the joy radiating from your smiling face is enough to make me want to burst into song. Lucius banks, hidden eyes, yo ho ho ho. Yo ho ho. Not you too, Master. Fu? Now Fu is pressing his face into my back with surprising force. What's about this? I finished analyzing Hephaistos' Clearomia. They are just as amazing as you'd expect. There are very clear difference between them and their general types. Interesting. What sort of difference are we talking about here? In addition to improving durability, the Hephaistos type also seem to enhance functions related to smithing. Specifically things like metalworking and improving metal with specific properties. For starters, I think they'll help us significantly enhancing the Nauti's cloaking ability. Once we are able to improve its ability to conceal us, we should be able to evade Artemis' surveillance, which will in turn let us move from the island to island on greater safety. What do you think, Master? You good with that, Captain? Of course, anything we can do and never see that damn arrow of light again is a good thing in my book. Alright, next up, Thetis Island, where we'll find Achilles. Thetis, huh? So, he's on the island named after his mother. Ah ja, genau, Thetis war seine Mutter, die ihn, in das Bad, in den Styx gebadet hat und dann eben hier das eine Blatt, ein Ahornblatt, glaube ich, oder sowas, irgendwas sowas in der Art, auf ihn gefallen ist und dann eben seine Zähne nicht abgedeckt hat. Oh mein Gott, ich sehe Lancer. Leute, es wird keines sein. Oh mein Gott, keines, Kirishima, Odysseus, Leute, ich prophezei es euch mal. Ich habe das Gefühl, der nächste Part wird richtig, richtig geil. Und ich ärgere es gerade, dass ich nicht weiter aufnehmen kann. Ihr müsst leider auch noch einen Tag warten und morgen geht es dann weiter mit Fake Grand Order. Und ich würde sagen, es wird richtig spannend und furchtbar für mich. Bis zum nächsten Mal, haut rein.